Polite Inquiries, George Topel, Jared Kimber, Adelaide. Victoria says, there's only one question. What the hell happened to England? Mitchell Johnson, I think.
I wish it was just Mitchell Johnson. I felt England were architects of their own downfall to a large extent. I thought they'd done a lot of the hard work. I thought Root gave it away. I thought KP gave it away.
I thought it was an asteroid named Mitchell Johnson. Hemant Kaka says, this performance by England reminds me of India's 2011 tour to England. Do you also see the similarities?
Yeah, I do. Two teams a bit past their sell-by date.
Ooh,
with loads of really good players, but they're not at their best and they might never be at their best again.
Giga Meta says, could fielding turn out to be a major difference between these two sides? No. No, it couldn't.
No, it's a symptom of the malaise rather than the actual problem.
Mitchell Johnson just kept hitting pads and stumps and people occasionally. It wasn't like there were that many catches Australia needed to take. I know they did take two very good catches, but Swan took a good catch the other day too.
The field is like an ingrown toenail on someone who's just lost their arms.
Peter Cleland says, Matt Pryor, could anyone do any worse? Wait. And then Matt Holland says, at what point does Matt Pryor get dropped? I don't believe his vice-captain duties warrant duck after duck being acceptable.
No, well, it's now. It's now. He has to be dropped now, I'm afraid. I say that with a heavy heart. He's been a brilliant servant for English cricket, but almost for his own good. He could still come back. Of course he can.
I can't see what you're going to get out of playing him in the next test. And, I mean, he was dreadful. Izzy1896 said, do you think England will actually change their batsmen for the next test? If yes, then who?
Well, this is a ridiculous thing that people keep saying things like, oh, should Stephen Finn be played? It's not the bowling. It's not the bowling. They haven't made more than 180 yet on this trip. They haven't even reached 180 in 3 innings on the trip. It's the batting. They're not going to drop Cook. They're not going to drop KP, you know.
Carberry did okay.
Carberry did okay. Root actually shaped up. He did the difficult stuff well and then gave it away.
It's hard to change your batting unless what they could do is actually pick 11 batsmen. Luke Webster says, England seem to want a holiday. How much do you think schedules hurt a team's ability to be 100%?
Well, this is what I wrote about in the piece after the second day, so I think the schedule's a massive issue. It's not just for England. International cricket, well, cricket generally, is pushing the players, milking them until they squeak.
Yeah.
The English schedule is greedy and unsustainable, and it's ruining its best asset. It's a massive issue, but they're not the only team that have to deal with it.
And Australia haven't got a great schedule either.
No, they haven't.
You know, they were in India not that long ago. Maybe not the whole team, but there were players in India, so it's not like it's an excuse for England, but that doesn't mean it's also not a reason. Henry Innes says, were the wickets of Peterson, Root and Carberry today planned? Dan Brettig, we think, is writing a piece about this.
Yeah, that's the point.
Peterson definitely was.
Definitely.
I can't see how Root was, only because he went out to line so quickly. There were certain plans for Carberry, but I don't think they were trying to get him caught at short, mid-wicket, playing a pull shot. So but they were definitely trying to get him caught then, though.
Yeah, and what's the
maidens? Lots of maidens.
Absolutely. So up to the point it was. Australia did brilliant in the planning.
Stefan Sornock says, do you think it would help if England added kangaroo tail to the menu? Well, one thing we cut out of that episode was that occasionally when they're frozen, kangaroo tails can be used as a weapon. We didn't want to promote violence at the time, but since then we've seen far more violence from Mitchell Johnson, so you can use them as a weapon, yeah. Kiwi Nagasaki says, is Mitchell Johnson a witch? Drown him. Drown him?
I think he should be drowned. Just in case.
That might be their only chance of winning a test. Abdullah Mahmood says, is there a more destructive bowler in world cricket at the moment than Mitchell Johnson?
It's hard to think of one right now, isn't it? But
clearly it's Shane Shillingford.
I do think that England are playing him really badly, and that if he was bowling against Australia, I don't think that would happen. I don't think lots of sides would play him this badly.
Nordic Mosquito says, how many screwdrivers do you own?
I don't own any. I'm not a sort of DIY guy.
You fix it with your face.
I asked somebody else to fix it. Well, you're my carer. You answer.
You have 7 screwdrivers.
I don't have any screwdrivers.